The history of serial killers. The history of serial killers is a chilling chronicle of individuals who have committed multiple murders over an extended period. Understanding the nature and evolution of these perpetrators provides crucial insights into criminal psychology and societal impact. Serial killers are individuals who have committed 3 or more murders, typically displaying distinct patterns and motives. Their actions are often driven by complex psychological factors such as anger, thrill-seeking, or financial gain. Studying the characteristics of serial killers can shed light on their behaviors and help in identifying potential warning signs. Exploring the history of serial killers is vital for gaining a comprehensive understanding of this phenomenon. By delving into past cases, we can glean valuable knowledge about the societal impact of these crimes and the development of criminological theories over time. This historical perspective also offers an opportunity to examine the changing perceptions and responses to serial murder across different eras. In this video, we will explore ancient cases of serial killings, discuss pivotal periods in the 19th and 20th centuries, examine modern classifications, infamous cases, and psychological factors associated with serial killers and ancient cases of serial killings. Serial killers have existed throughout history, with some notable cases dating back to ancient times. These compelling instances of serial murder from long ago have had a significant impact on society and criminology. Let's explore the historical context, infamous ancient serial killers, their motives and methods, and the influence of these cases on societal fears surrounding serial murder. 1. Overview of ancient serial killings and their historical context. In ancient times, serial killings were often attributed to supernatural forces or mythical creatures. The concept of a serial killer as we understand it today was not yet recognized. However, there are documented cases that exhibit patterns of multiple murders committed by individuals. These cases provide valuable insights into the early manifestations of this disturbing phenomenon. Some historical accounts shed light on these occurrences. 2. Examples of infamous ancient serial killers. Despite limited historical records, there are a few notorious ancient serial killers whose names echo through time. One such example is Gilles de Rais, a French nobleman in the 15th century, who is believed to have murdered hundreds of children. Another case is that of Locusta, a Roman woman who lived during Emperor Nero's reign and was known for her expertise in poisonings. These ancient serial killers showcased a range of motivations and methods, shedding light on the diverse nature of this criminal behavior. 3. Understanding the motives and methods employed by these early serial killers. Motives for ancient serial killings varied greatly from personal gain to sadistic pleasure or even religious rituals. Some perpetrators were driven by power and control, while others were driven by perverse desires or a need for revenge. The methods employed ranged from poisonings and strangulations to more brutal forms of violence like dismemberment or torture. 4. Influence of ancient cases on the development of societal fears. The ancient cases of serial killings played a crucial role in shaping societal fears and perceptions surrounding murder. These incidents contributed to the creation of legends and myths, further fueling anxieties about unseen threats lurking in the shadows. The fear of serial killers became deeply ingrained in the collective consciousness, leading to increased caution and vigilance in communities. The study of ancient cases of serial killings provides valuable insights into the origins and evolution of this dark phenomenon. By examining these early instances, we can better understand the historical context, motives, and methods employed by serial killers throughout history. Furthermore, these cases have significantly influenced societal fears and perceptions surrounding serial murder, leaving a lasting impact on criminology and our understanding of human psychology. Serial killings in the 19th century. The 19th century was a crucial time in studying serial killers, with several well-known cases shaping public opinion on the matter. This significant period in the history of serial murder reveals various aspects, including famous serial killers, how society reacted, and the media frenzy that followed, and the early development of investigative techniques and forensic science. Noteworthy serial killers. H.H. Holmes. One of the most infamous serial killers of the 19th century was H.H. Holmes, whose real name was Herman Webster Mudgett. During the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, he constructed a hotel that would later be called the Murder Castle. This elaborate building had secret rooms, hidden passages, and chambers where he tortured and murdered his victims. It is believed that Holmes killed at least 9 people, but some estimates suggest that the actual number could be much higher. Jack the Ripper. In 1888, an unidentified serial killer known as Jack the Ripper instilled fear in London's Whitechapel district. He brutally murdered female prostitutes in a manner that shocked the public. The killer's taunting letters to the police and media only added to the notoriety of the case. Despite numerous theories and suspects throughout history, Jack the Ripper's true identity remains unknown. Belle Gunness. Belle Gunness operated in Indiana during the late 19th century and was one of America's few female serial killers. She targeted her suitors and husbands for financial gain. Gunness would entice men to her farm under false pretenses of love or employment before killing them for their money and possessions. It is estimated that she may have murdered over 40 people. Societal response and media frenzy. These sensational crimes captured public attention and created widespread fear within society. Newspapers extensively covered these cases, often sensationalizing the details to boost sales and satisfy public curiosity. The crimes evoked a mix of fascination and horror, as people struggled to understand the motives and methods used by these serial killers. Influence on investigative techniques and forensic science. The serial killings of the 19th century played a crucial role in shaping early investigative techniques and forensic science. These cases highlighted the need for more advanced methods of investigating crime scenes, collecting evidence, and analyzing it. As law enforcement agencies grappled with these complex crimes, they began to realize the importance of preserving crime scenes, documenting evidence, and seeking assistance from experts in fields such as pathology and psychology. By studying the notable serial killers of the 19th century, their impact on society, and the advancements in investigative techniques that arose as a result, we gain valuable insights into how serial murder has evolved over time and the continuous efforts to comprehend and prevent such horrific acts. The evolution of modern serial killers. As we enter the 20th century, a new breed of serial killers comes to the forefront, driven by distinct motivations and leaving an indelible mark on criminal history. This era witnesses significant developments that shape our understanding of modern serial murder. Let's explore these key points. Pioneering cases. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy is perhaps one of the most infamous serial killers in history. Operating during the 1970s, Bundy was known for his charm and intelligence, which allowed him to manipulate his victims. His crimes spanned across multiple states, and he targeted young women, often posing as someone in need of assistance. Bundy's case highlighted the importance of interstate cooperation among law enforcement agencies in solving serial murder cases. Jeffrey Dahmer. Active from 1978 to 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, shocked the world with his gruesome crimes. He lured young men to his apartment and engaged in acts of necrophilia and cannibalism. Dahmer's case shed light on the psychological aspect of serial killings, as he expressed a desire for control and domination over his victims. 2. Psychological profiling. The advent of psychological profiling revolutionized the investigation of serial killers. Developed by FBI agents such as John E. Douglas and Robert Ressler in the late 1970s, profiling aims to understand an offender's behavior, motives, and personality traits based on crime scene analysis and other available information. This tool has been instrumental in identifying and apprehending serial killers by providing valuable insights into their mindset. 3. Media attention. The rise of mass media during the 20th century brought a heightened level of public awareness to serial killers. Media outlets extensively covered high-profile cases, creating a fascination with these criminals that continues today. However, media attention can have both positive and negative effects. While it raises awareness about the existence of serial killers and the need for precautions, it can also potentially inspire copycat criminals seeking notoriety. By examining these developments, we gain a deeper understanding of the evolution of modern serial killers. Pioneering cases like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer shed light on the complex nature of their crimes, while psychological profiling provides a valuable tool for law enforcement in identifying and apprehending these offenders. The media's role in raising awareness is undeniable, but it also warrants caution to avoid inadvertently glorifying or inspiring future perpetrators. Examining serial killer classifications and typologies. To understand the diverse nature of serial killers, experts have proposed various classification systems and typologies. These systems help criminologists and investigators understand the motivations, behaviors, and characteristics of different types of serial offenders. However, it's important to note that these frameworks have limitations and may not apply to all cases. 1. Approaches to classifying serial killers. There are several approaches to classifying serial killers based on different factors such as motive, organized versus disorganized behavior, and victim selection. Some common classification systems include motive-based classification. This approach categorizes serial killers based on their primary motivation for committing the murders. Examples of motive-based categories include mission-oriented. These killers believe they have a mission or purpose to eliminate certain individuals or groups they perceive as threats. Hedonistic. These killers derive pleasure or satisfaction from their crimes, often through sadism or sexual gratification. Power/control-oriented. These killers seek dominance and control over their victims, deriving pleasure from exerting power over them. Organized versus disorganized classification. This classification focuses on the level of planning and control exhibited by the killer during the commission of their crimes. It considers factors such as crime scene organization, victim selection, and evidence left behind. The two main categories are organized. These killers tend to be methodical and calculated in their actions, carefully selecting their victims and leaving minimal evidence behind. According to the FBI, organized serial killers often possess above-average intelligence and show signs of premeditation. Disorganized. These killers often exhibit impulsive and chaotic behavior, with little planning or organization involved in their crimes. Their actions may be driven by severe mental illness or a sudden urge to kill. 2. Common traits across multiple types of serial offenders. While individual serial killers may differ in some aspects, there are certain traits that can be observed across multiple types of offenders. These commonalities provide insights into the psychology and behavior of serial murderers. Some common traits include a lack of remorse or empathy. Serial killers often display a profound lack of empathy or guilt for their actions, allowing them to repeatedly commit heinous crimes without remorse. Manipulative and charming. Many serial killers possess the ability to manipulate others, often appearing charming and charismatic, which allows them to gain the trust of their victims. Childhood trauma. A significant number of serial killers have experienced traumatic events during their childhood, such as physical or sexual abuse, which may contribute to the development of their violent tendencies. Research suggests that childhood trauma can shape an individual's psychological makeup and increase their likelihood of engaging in violent behavior. 3. Debates and criticisms surrounding classification frameworks. While classification frameworks provide a valuable framework for understanding serial killers, they are not without criticism. Some debates and criticisms include overlaps and inconsistencies. The boundaries between different classifications can be blurry, as some serial killers may exhibit traits from multiple categories. Additionally, individual cases may not neatly fit into any single classification. Lack of diversity. The existing frameworks predominantly focus on male serial killers, potentially overlooking important differences in motivation and behavior among female offenders. Delve into the chilling biographies of some of the most notorious serial killers in history, examining their heinous crimes and twisted psyches. This section can be structured as a series of case studies, each focusing on a different infamous killer. Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is perhaps one of the most infamous serial killers in history. Operating in London's Whitechapel district in 1888, Jack the Ripper's true identity remains a mystery to this day. The killer brutally murdered at least 5 women, causing widespread fear and fascination due to the lack of definitive clues. Born out of poverty and a dysfunctional family life experiences and potential psychological triggers remain speculative. Continues to captivate historians, criminologists, and amateur sleuths contributed to the development of criminal profiling and investigative techniques. 2. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy's charm and intelligence hid his depraved nature as he went on a killing spree across several states in the 1970s. He would lure young women before brutally assaulting and murdering them. Bundy's ability to blend seamlessly into society while harboring sinister intentions puzzled law enforcement for years. Upbringing in a seemingly normal family environment into a remorseless killer fascinates psychologists and criminologists. Case highlighted challenges in coordinating efforts across state lines for law enforcement agencies. 3. Aileen Wuornos. Aileen Wuornos gained notoriety as America's first female serial killer. She targeted men whom she claimed had assaulted or attempted to assault her during her work as a sex worker. Wuornos's troubled past, characterized by abandonment and abuse, provides insight into the complex relationship between environmental factors and the development of a serial killer's mindset. Troubled past marked by abandonment and abuse sheds light on the complex interplay of environmental factors and raises important questions about gender biases in criminal justice proceedings. These three cases offer a glimpse into the diverse backgrounds and motivations of infamous serial killers, shedding light on the complex interplay of psychological, environmental, and societal factors that shape their disturbing paths. Psychological factors in serial killings. The phenomenon of serial killings is a complex subject that involves many psychological, environmental, and biological factors. Understanding how these factors interact is crucial in understanding how a serial killer's mind develops. In this section, we will explore some important points about the psychological factors behind serial killings. 1. Role of childhood trauma, abuse, or research has shown that many serial killers have experienced traumatic events during their childhood, physical and sexual abuse and abandonment. These events can have a profound effect on their mental development and often lead to deviant behavior later in life, disrupt healthy attachment bonds, impair emotional control, contribute to antisocial traits. 2. Prevalence of psychopathic or sociopathic traits. Psychopathy and sociopathy are two personality disorders commonly found among serial killers. While not all individuals with these disorders become serial killers, having these traits increases the likelihood of engaging in violent criminal behavior, lack of empathy, shallow emotional behavior towards violence. 3. Potential neurological abnormalities studies suggest that certain neurological abnormalities may play a role in an individual's inclination towards violence. Structural and functional differences in the brains of some serial killers compared to non-violent individuals impact impulse control, emotional processing, and decision-making. These psychological factors can provide valuable insights into the motivations and behaviors of serial killers. However, it's important to note that not all individuals who experience childhood trauma or exhibit psychopathic traits become serial killers. The majority of people with similar experiences and characteristics do not engage in violent criminal behavior. By examining the complex relationship between psychological, environmental, and biological factors, we can better understand what contributes to the development of a serial killer's mindset. This knowledge can help in identifying, preventing, and intervening in cases of serial killings, criminology perspectives, and investigative techniques. The study of serial killers has significantly influenced the field of criminology, leading to advancements in investigative strategies and offender profiling methods. 1. Contributions of psychological profiling. Psychological profiling, also known as offender profiling, has played a crucial role in narrowing down suspect pools and generating leads in cold cases. By analyzing behavioral patterns, crime scene evidence, and victim profiles, law enforcement agencies have been able to create detailed offender profiles that aid in identifying potential suspects. This approach has been instrumental in solving many notorious serial killer cases, such as the capture of Ted Bundy, Gary Ridgway, and Dennis Rader. 2. Role of forensic science. The advent of forensic science, particularly DNA analysis, has revolutionized the investigation of serial crimes. DNA evidence has been pivotal in linking serial offenses and establishing patterns of behavior across different crime scenes. This scientific advancement has led to the successful prosecution and conviction of numerous serial killers who might have otherwise evaded justice. 3. Investigative challenges. Serial killers who operate across multiple jurisdictions pose unique challenges for investigators. The transient nature of these offenders and geographically dispersed crime scenes make it difficult to establish connections between individual crimes. However, advancements in data analysis and information sharing among law enforcement agencies from different organizations have improved the ability to identify cross-jurisdictional links and patterns of behavior exhibited by transient killers. The integration of psychological profiling and forensic science has significantly enhanced law enforcement's ability to apprehend serial killers and prevent further loss of life. These developments underscore the critical role of criminology in understanding and combating the complex phenomenon of serial murder. Additionally, using forensic intelligence to combat serial and organized violent crimes has further bolstered investigative efforts. This approach involves leveraging technological advancements and data-driven methodologies to identify patterns, gather intelligence, and anticipate the actions of these dangerous offenders. By combining the power of psychological profiling, forensic science, and forensic intelligence, law enforcement agencies are better equipped than ever before to tackle the challenges posed by serial killers. Society's fascination with serial killers. The public has been fascinated by serial killers for years, leading to a society's obsession with these individuals who commit terrible crimes. This disturbing curiosity can be seen in the way they are portrayed in the media and the popularity of true crime stories. 1. Examining the rise of serial killers as celebrities. Serial killers have become well-known figures in popular culture, often treated like celebrities. The media coverage of their crimes and trials can make them famous, attracting public attention and interest. This phenomenon raises ethical concerns about idolizing people who have done horrible things. Some argue that giving serial killers too much attention only makes them more famous and might even encourage others to imitate their crimes. However, others believe that studying serial killers and why they do what they do can give us valuable insights into criminal behavior and help prevent future acts of violence. For instance, research on recidivism could shed light on effective measures to reduce repeat offenses. 2. Exploring the influence of popular culture on our perception of serial killers. Serial killers have become a common theme in various types of entertainment, such as movies, TV shows, books, and podcasts. These mediums often delve into the psychology behind their actions and invite audiences to explore the darkest parts of the human mind. Movies like The Silence of the Lambs and TV series like Mindhunter have been praised for their portrayal of both fictional and real-life serial killers. True crime podcasts like Serial and My Favorite Murder have also gained a huge following, offering detailed analyses of famous cases. The appeal of these stories lies in our natural curiosity about why people behave the way they do, and our desire to understand those who commit unimaginable acts. In fact, psychological explanations suggest that our interest in true crime may stem from our need to comprehend the motivations behind such extreme acts of violence. 3. The importance of responsible engagement. Society's fascination with serial killers is complicated and has many layers. It stems from a mix of fear, intrigue, and a need to comprehend the darkest aspects of human behavior. While this fascination may appear morbid, it also demonstrates our collective attempt to grasp the motivations behind such extreme acts of violence. Through media portrayals and true crime obsessions, society continues to struggle with the complex allure of serial killers. It is crucial that we approach this fascination with care, making sure not to dehumanize them through language or sensationalize their actions, but rather strive to understand the psychological and societal factors that contribute to their existence. Such an understanding could potentially help us prevent future acts of violence by addressing underlying issues effectively while ensuring the safety and well-being of all individuals involved. The ongoing battle against serial killers. The fight against serial killers is an ongoing battle that requires a multidisciplinary approach, involving various stakeholders and strategies. Preventing serial killings is a complex task that requires early intervention, community support, and improved mental health care services. Here are some key points to consider. 1. Importance of a multidisciplinary approach. Tackling the issue of serial murder requires collaboration between law enforcement agencies, mental health professionals, social workers, and other relevant parties. By working together, these experts can identify potential warning signs and intervene before individuals escalate to becoming serial killers. 2. Ongoing research efforts. Researchers are constantly striving to identify early warning signs and risk factors associated with potential serial killers. By understanding the psychological, environmental, and biological factors that contribute to the development of a serial killer's psyche, experts hope to develop effective prevention strategies. 3. Balanced media coverage. Media plays a significant role in shaping public perception and understanding of serial killers. It is crucial for journalists and media outlets to report on these cases responsibly, avoiding glorification or sensationalism. Sensationalized coverage can inadvertently inspire copycat criminals or perpetuate harmful stereotypes. As society continues to grapple with the disturbing phenomenon of serial killings, it is important to recognize that prevention is key. By addressing the underlying causes and implementing comprehensive strategies, we can strive towards a future where the occurrence of such heinous crimes is significantly reduced. Conclusion: the history of serial killers is a chilling and captivating subject that reveals the darkest parts of human nature. From ancient times to the present day, serial killers have had a significant impact on society, criminology, and forensic science. By examining why they do what they do, how they do it, and what makes them tick, we can learn valuable information about why some people commit such heinous acts. To dive deeper into this fascinating topic, I recommend exploring books, documentaries, and academic studies that focus on the history of serial killers. These resources can provide you with a more comprehensive understanding of this disturbing phenomenon and its long-lasting effects on society. While progress has been made in dealing with serial killers, it's essential to remain vigilant. We must take a comprehensive approach that includes identifying warning signs early on, providing support within communities, and enhancing mental health care services to prevent future tragedies. Media coverage also plays a crucial role in shaping public perception and understanding of serial killers. It's important for journalists to strike a balance by not glorifying or sensationalizing these criminals, but instead focusing on the impact of their actions and the stories of the victims. In conclusion, studying serial killers allows us to gain valuable insights into the darkest parts of human behavior. By understanding their history and motives, we can work towards creating a safer future for everyone.